When you strip away all the prepaid travel portals and the loyalty programs, there is one single solitary credit card that is the best earner for booking hotels. It surprised me to find out what that card was, and I think it's going to surprise you too. Who hasn't experienced that multi-day trip across the country with your spouse and kids? Or maybe you remember your parents going through this when you were a kid. You're trying to cover as much ground as possible to avoid turning this 2-day trek into a week-long saga. Your spouse is asleep, your kids are out cold, and it's just you battling every yawn. Then that moment hits. You're too exhausted to drive any further. It's time to find a place to crash. But out in the middle of nowhere, your hotel options are limited. You can't always stick to your favorite chain or one with your points because sometimes there's only one hotel in sight. You take what you can get. That's the reality of road trips. No matter how loyal you are, when the open road pushes you to your limits, convenience usually trumps rewards. And surprisingly, that card is the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey. It has a sign-up bonus of 60,000 points when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of opening your account. The annual fee is $95, but you can get that down to an effective $45 annual fee. We'll go over that here in a minute. It has no foreign transaction fees. It does have the ability to redeem the points that it earns in the Wells Fargo travel portal. It also has the ability to transfer those points to partners to get a better value on those points, and we'll cover that here in a minute as well. For spending categories, you get 5x on hotels, 4x on airfare, 3x on dining, 3x on miscellaneous travel, and 1x on everything else. So the whole point of this video is to highlight the fact that this card earns 5x on hotels, and you don't need to use it in any kind of travel portal, and it doesn't matter what hotel. Yes, you can get much more if you are part of some loyalty program, and then also you are using some credit card that's attached to that loyalty program. You can earn a lot of extra points if you're being loyal to a particular hotel chain. However, like I mentioned, driving across country, you may not have that option. A lot of times you don't have that option, especially when all you care about is just getting from point A to point B. You're exhausted. We just need to stop for the night. There's no Hilton around, or there's no Hyatt around. I don't feel like doing the research. I can't drive any more than I have already driven. I'm staying at a motel, as a matter of fact. I just want to maximize the points. I know that the autograph journey is going to give me 5x. Doesn't matter what hotel I'm staying at. On top of that, you're getting 4x on airfare directly to the carrier. The only other credit card that really beats the journey in this category of booking directly with the airlines is the $700 American Express Platinum card, whereas this one has a $95 annual fee, effectively $45 annual fee, and it's getting 5x instead of just 1x when you're booking directly at the desk at the hotel. Then you get the standard 3x on car rentals, doesn't require the portal. You get 3x on cruises and any other travel, like I mentioned, timeshare, so Airbnb, VRBO, travel agencies, discount travel sites, campgrounds, 3x. You get 3x on all dining and then 1x on everything else. So those are the points that you can earn in those categories, but if you are planning on using the transfer partners, you can get a better value for those points. So effectively, you can get 1.6 cents per point, which ups the value of those points from like 5x to say 8x for hotels, 3x to 4.8x on dining, and 1x to 1.6x on everything else. So by enabling this button here, we effectively show you what the value of those points are, so that when you compare those points to other systems across the website, you'll get an apples to apples comparison there. For standard benefits, there's not a whole lot there. You get the secondary CDW, car rental insurance. There's some cell phone protection up to $600 a year. You have the $50 airfare credit, so you do get a $50 annual statement credit for any airline purchases that you made that year. And then you do have some travel protections, lost baggage reimbursement, trip cancellation insurance, and the worldwide common carrier travel accident insurance as well. For application rules, Wells Fargo definitely has the 1-6 rule. You'll be denied if you've opened another Wells Fargo card in the last 6 months. I have heard that they loosely use the 524. I'm not gonna put it on here because if I if I put it on here and someone was over 524 when they got that, that's all I hear about in the comments. And then there also may be a restriction if you've already had a bonus on the regular autograph, you might not be eligible for the bonus for the journey. I don't have any hard data on that. Just rumored. If you do have data points on that, then put those in the comments below on any of those rules I mentioned. So let's quickly go over the Wells Fargo rewards point system. Like I mentioned previously, you get 1.6 cents per point on average for transfer partners. The cash value is 1 cent per point. If you're gonna book directly in the portal itself, you're gonna get 1 cent per point for those points. You don't have the ability to transfer to your spouse or transfer to friends like you might have in some other point systems. The transfer partner list includes Avios, Choice Privileges, Flying Blue, which is Air France, KLM, and then Flying Club, which is Virgin Atlantic, and Avianca Life Miles. I believe the Virgin Atlantic is a brand new addition. I just added that in there. And then all the cards that can earn these are the Active Cash, the Attune, the Signify Business Cash, the regular autograph card, and then of course the autograph journey. You can combine all those points together. I think it automatically does that in your account, puts them all into one account that you can use to redeem either in the portal or transfer them to transfer partners. So let's do some card comparisons. But first, we're gonna have to make some decisions. How do we use the points we earn? So if we come over here to the My Profile section, you have a choice of how you prefer to redeem your points. So like I talked about, you can get better value for your points if you use transfer partners. Now, it's kind of a pain, honestly. A lot of people don't end up doing it. They say they're gonna do it, they don't end up doing it. They end up ultimately just redeeming their points in the travel portal to book flights and hotels and car rentals and so on. And then there's people that just don't travel. They don't travel at all. Occasionally they will, but mostly they just redeem their points for cash. And then when that travel occasion comes up where they have to drive across the country and they need a card that's good for a hotel, they like to have it. We're gonna start out with transfer partners to maximize the value of our points. So we'll come back over here to the card comparison, choose the popular comparisons of the budget travel. So we got the Sapphire Preferred, the Strata Premier, and the Autograph Journey. So that sets us up. We can do a quick comparison. So the Journey is a signature Visa, just like the Preferred, whereas the Strata is a MasterCard Elite. The points value based on the Points Guys website values the Chase points at 2.05 cents per point. The Citi Thank You points are 1.8 cent per point. And then the Wells Fargo Rewards points are 1.6. I think this is going to increase steadily. They are new to the transfer partner game. They just added another new one. And I think they're gonna steadily increase those and be a bigger player in the transfer partners. For all three cards, the sign-up bonuses are identical. The Strata Premier is brand new and it has a 75,000 point offer going on right now. I'm not sure when that's gonna end. And then the Preferred just started a $300 Chase travel credit bonus limited time offer on top of their 60,000 points. But normally they're all just the same thing, 60,000 points when you sign up. All three of them have a $95 annual fee, and we'll just kind of scroll through here. Airfare outside of the portal, like I mentioned before, is better with the Journey. In the portal, you're gonna do really well with the Chase cards, but with the Strata Premier, you're only getting 3x on airfare, regardless of inside or outside the portal, so much better with the 4x on the airfare on the Journey. They all earn 1x on the all other category. Car rentals, you're gonna do better with the Journey. In the portal though, you do better with the Citi Strata Premier where you're getting 10x instead of 5 that the Chase has. And then for the Autograph Journey, you're only getting 3x for that because it's covered in the general travel category. Cruises, you're going to do better with the Journey. The Preferred has a groceries online category, whereas the Journey doesn't cover that, but you can cover that with other cards. But here we are at hotels where we're getting 5x, essentially 8x with the transfer partner value, whereas the other ones, I mean, you get 4.1 and 5.4. I mean, this is way out ahead for a $95 annual fee card. Now, if you're booking hotels in the portal, then obviously much better with the Strata Premier. You're getting 10x, effectively 18x, where you're only still getting the 8x in the Journey. You get some transit categories over here that the Chase earns on because the transit is included with their travel category, whereas with the Wells Fargo, it is not included with their travel category. For everything that is included in the travel category, you're going to get a much better value of 4.8, whereas you don't have that in the Strata Premier, and you only get 2x on the travel category on the Preferred. So the Premier is a much better general card. So for dining, you're getting a little bit better, and that's based on the value. You're still getting 3x on over here on the Journey, but the value of those points are better with the Premier. There's some gas stuff with the city cards that you're not getting on the Journey and the Preferred. And then for benefits, you get primary CDW over here on the Chase side, whereas you're only getting secondary for the other two cards. You get a $50 airfare credit for the Journey. You get a $100 hotel credit if you book it through City Travel. And then for the Preferred, you get some crap credits like for DoorDash, Instant Peloton. If the stars align and you get to use those, great. They all do pretty good on the travel insurance protection, so pretty much a wash there. So let's go over to the wallet setups and compare those same three cards. We've already went over the spend categories for those, so let's just skip down to the calculations, how that works out for year one and year two based on my spending. Now, again, if you haven't seen one of my videos before, you can go over to the annual spending part of the website, enter in all the spending that you do for the year, and then it will use that in the calculations for how you do net value on the cards. We're just gonna do the single cards compared to each other for the moment. It's not really a good comparison because you're never just using one card all year. How it works out is the city is ahead on the first year with the sign-up bonus. Now, remember, it's in a special sign-up bonus, so you're getting more points for that sign-up bonus. You get 4,500 versus 37 for the Journey, and then 34 for the Sapphire. And if we scroll down here to year two without the sign-up bonus involved, then you got 34 versus 2,800 versus 2,200. Now for this exercise, I do have to add, because it's a little bit of a cheat, I switched my airfare spend from airfare in the portal. I moved it over to just regular airfare. Now, me personally, I normally put that as airfare in the portal, and so I'll just do that right now. And these are just made up numbers. I kind of guesstimate and stuff. If we're flying overseas, it's going to be first class, and so it unfortunately it's probably about that much. And then hotels in the portals, I did the same. Hotels in the portals, I did this same thing. I'll change that to 1, save that, and see what that's like when we come back here for the calculations. Now, if I'm only booking in the portals and I'm not using, at the counter, then obviously the Journey does much worse than the other two because these two have much better modifiers when you book in the travel portal. Come down here to year two, similar story. It's $1,000 more for the city because of that 10x modifier on the hotels that it has, which is awesome. It's pretty close for the Preferred and the Journey, but still Preferred better. But like I mentioned, in this exercise, we're talking about not using the portal. So I'll come back here and switch this back to 10, 1, 3, and 1. All right. So now, obviously we won't just use this card, so it's a little bit not something that normal people would do. Let's just use the gold for everybody to try to keep it even. You may want to stay in the same bank for literally every card. I don't know of a lot of people that do that. Most of the show me your credit card showcases have cards from all different banks. So I think generally people try to get the best cards, and they don't really stick to a specific bank. So in this exercise, we'll just use gold for all of our dining and groceries, and then we'll do a catch-all. So we've got the active cash in the Wells Fargo, you've got the unlimited in the Chase, and the double cash in the City realm. So now we'll scroll down to the year one calculations, and now we're talking 69.75 versus 70.26 and 72.03. This again is because of that hefty sign-up bonus that the Strata has, which pulls it out into the lead. And then it's pretty close over here, but still better for the preferred. And then year two, we're doing really well with the preferred still, but the Journey jumps up quite a bit over the Sapphire Preferred for year two. Now this is with transfer partners turned on. So if we came over and changed this to portal redemption, so you're not going to go to all the trouble of transferring your points over to travel partners and try to find the best value. You're just going to redeem in the portal. I've got 100,000 points. I want to book a flight. Just book the flight with these points. Okay, fair enough. We'll come back over to the wallet setups and come down to year one, see where that puts us if we're just redeeming points in that manner. So that puts us at 38.16 for the Journey, 35.98 for the Preferred, and 37.02 for the Strata. So that's a big decision to make even if you want to, but you just never get around to transferring to transfer partners. Now the Journey's sitting much better, even with the bigger, limited time only sign-up bonus for the Strata. So if we scroll down to year two, then now we're in the lead. Now the Journey is ahead of the other two by $100 here and $350 or so here in the Sapphire Preferred. So that definitely paints a different picture. So you've got some decisions to make. If you are a person that does most of their traveling just driving across country, booking hotels at the desk when you're ready to book the hotel, you don't really have a loyalty program that you are going to use all the time or have the ability to use all the time because you're just hitting whatever hotel is available in the middle of the night driving across country. I know people like that are out there because I was one of those people. I mean, up until 3 years ago, whenever I did vacations, which were few and far in between, we drove. We drove across country. We drove as far as we possibly could. And we got the first hotel that we came to when we were ready to stop. I did that for 2 decades. So I know that person exists. And if you're that type of person where you don't have the wherewithal to pre-book your travel through some transfer partner magic, and you just want to redeem points in the travel portal that you earn, and when you're paying for hotels, you're just slapping the card on the front desk, say, give me a room, then the Journey's a better card. It really is a better card. But those are just my thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Go check out the website. It's completely free. It's one-click registration. If you want to use like your Google or Microsoft or Twitch or Discord login, just click one button and you're in. And as you can see, I don't clutter it with ads or anything. Just go there, research your stuff, have a good time. But we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.